Hello again. I sometimes wonder if the BBC are hell-bent on destroying their organisation. It certainly looks that way sometimes, because once the licence fee is abolished in a few years and they are forced to compete on equal terms with companies such as Amazon and Netflix, it's hard to see how they'll be able to survive. Why then do the BBC not see the writing on the wall and start rowing back a little from their obsessive desire to follow fashionable trends as they relate to ethnicity and sexuality? It is a mystery. I know that some people were a little surprised to learn that the new Doctor Who would be a black homosexual. After having cast a woman as the last incarnation of the Time Lord, though, this was perhaps a logical step, ticking two diversity boxes at once. Having scored a hit on the diversity and inclusivity dartboard with the casting and ensuring that the script would also be written by a homosexual, though alas one who was not black, the BBC must have felt that they had reached peak wokeness. Not so fast though. Somebody then came up with a veritable icing on the cake, an idea so brilliant that it left the rest of the team gasping in admiration. Remember when Billie Piper played the Doctor's companion, Rose? That was a popular duo, wasn't it? David Tennant and Rose. Why not bring Rose back for the next series and team her up with the new Doctor? But get this, Rose was of course a white woman. Why not give her role to a black transsexual, somebody born male but what we used to call a sex change case? Once again, two diversity boxes ticked in one fell swoop. Genius. I hasten to add that I have not the slightest animosity towards either homosexuals or transsexuals, nor for that matter towards black people. However, in a country where white people still make up 85% of the population, the overwhelming majority of whom are heterosexual people identifying with the gender which was assigned to them at birth, it does seem a little odd that one of the most famous series on television should be planning to have as its stars a black homosexual and a black sex change case. Not necessarily bad, you understand, just odd. Stunts of this kind show us precisely why the government is determined to stop the BBC being able to expect everybody with a television set to pay for their increasingly strange activities. I have an idea that once the BBC enters the real world and has to operate in the marketplace, then they will start to make some different decisions. Yasmin Finney, the teenage transsexual who will be playing Rose, may be seen in the thumbnail to this video. It is, I think, slightly peculiar that the character of Rose was white and that the BBC are now determined to get a black person to play her. But then that really is about par for the course these days. I believe they call it the Bridgerton effect. After all, if you can cast a Chinese woman to play the part of Queen Elizabeth in the Platinum Jubilee pageant, I suppose that it makes perfect sense to have a black actor play the part of a white woman in a television series.